皆さんこんにちは。私のチャンネルへようこそ。日本語が希望の方いたらぜひコメントに言ってください。Good everyone, welcome to my channel, and just want to say thank you for all the recent viewers and new subscribers. On a recommendation of one of the comments, I thought I'd try out a video log and share a bit about what it's like to ride here in Japan and Tokyo. The footage is from a recent ride with a buddy up to Kawagoe, about 33 kilometers one way from Tokyo, on the Arakawa cycling road, one of the most popular cycling roads in the area. And the weather's getting clearer. We had beautiful views of Mount Fuji. The video never does it justice. So headed up on my Damane. Today's ride was an early morning ride going up for coffee and breakfast at Hill Pines Espresso, which I've made a video in a couple of weeks ago, so check that out if you're interested. But does a really good espresso and does a really good sandwich. Now, coffee shops in Japan are a great reason for a bike ride, but now with Corona cases going over 600 per day in Tokyo, I'm gonna put a pause to my cafe rides, even though there's sandwiches like this waiting, and then once it's a bit safer I'll restart them. This bread actually is from the pizza shop next door, works in collaboration with the cafe. This has got to be one of the best sandwiches I think I've had in Tokyo, like the quesadilla, armadillo, whatever you call them. And it was worth the ride up. Look at that cheese. Now, the Damane has been an excellent bike for me. Put about 3,000 kilometers on it since I got it in November last year. And took it for a little ride through Kawagoe just to have a look-see. Normally this city is absolutely packed with foreign tourists, so it's a lot quieter than normal. Still fairly busy considering the number of corona cases. But if you ever come to Japan, come to Tokyo, this is one of the must-see areas called Kawagoe. I'll do a separate video later.
Oh, someone's had an accident.
But riding can be a bit dangerous. Someone's had an accident here. Streets are narrow. There's the mirror from the car.
Look at the mirror.
So keep your wits about you. A lot of riders here don't look over their shoulder. And here's what's probably happened with the bike. It's all folded up. Stay safe. A lot of riders here don't look over their shoulder. They don't look back before they swerve out in the traffic. Or they can actually come flying around corners. Just recently I had an Uber rider go through a stop sign in the rain, high speed, and slammed into me cutting a corner. I made sure I took him to the police, and he will be paying for my repairs on my other bike. Now, a lot of people ride bikes in Japan, so I think a lot of drivers and people are kind of used to bikes, so drivers are fairly forgiving. But at the same time, there's not a lot of cycling infrastructure apart from big roads like the Arakawa cycling road. But it just seems to work. If you want to know a bit more about what it's like cycling in Japan, check out Tokyo by Bike. Great guy Brian Kidd. He has a really good site. He's been a bit busy lately, I think. But you can see all the roads are nicely paved. You do need to be very careful. Here we go. This guy goes around the bus. You do need to be very careful though of pedestrians. A lot of people not looking. And remember, you know the rules. Pedestrians first. So I've been in Japan this time about 12 years. In Australia I didn't really ride a bike except when I was a kid. And since coming back to Japan, I've really rediscovered the joys of riding a bike. So one of the best things to happen to me the last few years was getting given the Rafa Cycling Club membership. Challenged me to go out of my comfort zone and get onto some bigger rides, faster riders. And looking forward to completing my third Festive 500 at the end of this year, which I'm going to document as well. Some great little local shops. It's one of the candy shops. There's a couple of streets in Kawagoe that are famous for making confectionery. And this whole area we're riding through now used to supply most of the confectionery for the Kanto region.
On the left is a bakery.
But cycling's a really good way. While there's some really good trains, sometimes it can be easier just going straight from A to B on a bike, stopping when you want, enjoying the local sights, and then you've done a bit of exercise, so you don't mind having all that extra cheese in the sandwich.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, you want to get a shot?
But on weekends, when there's lots of people around, it's a little bit harder to see, like these streets, so we had to skip a few streets. But I'll definitely take my buddy back here. Maybe go for a photo walk and video walk on another day. Now lastly, my tips and tricks for riding in Japan is if you're making routes on Strava, it will take you down the busiest streets where most people go. I look at the satellite image and find all the green spots, and these roads here are going through rice paddy fields that have been harvested. Absolutely no cars. Road might be a little bit rougher, but no cars and some pretty easy riding. One thing you do need to be careful of though is people coming from side streets. You hear me call out car right. On my commute at 6 sensors, see it well in advance.
Car, Scott. Car.
And I thought my buddy was going to get cleaned up, but he saw it. So it was a great day out. If you have any questions about what it's like to ride in Japan, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear more, and I'll keep trying to do videos each week. And we're heading in towards Festive 500 territory. So thank you for watching. It was 66 Ks, and appreciate all the comments.